Now by now, I'm pretty sure everyone has had their fair share in Warzone wins. One thing which many people question is how do I get consistent with it, as not every game you're winning. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys every single tip that you must know to go ahead and get some easy Warzone wins in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Just before we go ahead and begin with this video, if you guys can go ahead and drop a like down below, that would be greatly appreciated. And of course, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so don't miss any future content. With that out of the way, let's jump right into this video. Now many people off the bat think that landing in a quiet location and not much of a hot drop area is by far the best route to go so you get more Warzone wins, but that is not the case. Along with that, many people also think that going ahead and capturing every recon so they can find out the final circle is also the best way to get a win. But like I did say, that is not the case either, as these two actually put you at much larger disadvantage than every other player in the game. What I personally suggest doing is gathering up a team of players, or of course if you want to do this in solo, this is completely fine. Me personally, I like to have a group of friends who are around the same skill level. If you guys need players, leave a comment down below, make a little community, and of course play with each other after you know every single one of these tips, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys can get some wins. I'm also going to be playing with a few of you guys, so leave your gamer tags down below. But like I did say, having a group of players will of course help you, as most of you guys will be able to communicate, and communication is key in Warzone. As I did mention, landing in a location which isn't very hot isn't the best move. What you guys want to do is select a location that has quite a lot of loot. What you guys want to do is go ahead and take out all of the squads first of all. Of course, if you're playing in a team, it's best that you all stick together, as it's much easier to take out that squad if it's 4v1, whereas if it's a 1v1 situation. Of course, sticking together in the early game is crucial, as you guys don't want to go ahead and use your gulag at the very beginning of the game. Once you guys have taken out every squad in that location, begin looting and make sure you get enough money for a loadout drop. Having a loadout drop is crucial in the early game, as you guys can grab your overkill class setup, get the weapons which you actually need, and once you have that, you can wait until the drop lands from the sky. Once the free loadout comes into the game, pick up a ghost loadout and go ahead and position yourself within the center of the circle. Now choosing your location in the center of the circle is very crucial, and choosing a location where teams can't get to you from above you. Ideally you want to lock down the building if you have it, and make sure you guys have a few trophy systems around you. Once you go ahead and take that location, if you see anyone in the vicinity, make sure you guys take them out, as they will become a threat later in the game. Once you go ahead and take out those enemies, what you now want to do is reposition in another location, just in case they respawn from the gulag. They will have no clue where you are, as of course every single player is running ghost and they won't be able to see you on any UAV or heartbeat. Now the way how I like to play it, as I did mention, I like to get my loadout, then get my ghost loadout, and then go ahead and take out squads that are in my vicinity, just so then I know that I have that area locked down. Camping isn't always the best option. Going ahead and actually improving in your gunfights will help you in the long run, as it will make you overall a better player and allowing you guys to win the better gunfights. One thing that I recommend everyone doing is run the guns that are currently the meta. So either the Galil, the M4, the Bruin, any gun which is pretty overpowered that you see loads of people using in Warzone. Definitely use those weapons. I will throw a few of my class setups on screen right now for you guys to go ahead and take a look at, as these are my favorite class setups at this moment. And as I did mention, going ahead and taking out enemies, allowing you guys to get better at the game, is of course going to make you overall a better player. But you don't have to be a better player to win in Warzone, as you can be put in unlucky situations. And like I did say, having the higher ground is definitely one thing which most people overlook in this game. Having high ground will give you a ton of advantage, just because of course the enemies won't be able to see you as clearly as you can see them. Not only that, but taking cover at all times will of course help you, as well as when you're in a gunfight, you being able to take cover and the enemy not, is going to allow you to have that extra advantage in the gunfight, maybe allowing you guys to actually go ahead and win that fight if your team are not close by. Now if you're running through the forest in Warzone and there's no buildings next to you, just get behind a tree, but you have to be careful. If that enemy has FMJ on the weapon, they can actually shoot through the tree, so just bear that in mind if you guys are taking cover behind any trees. Now by this point you should be near in the last 3 circles. Once you have of course located yourself in the last 3 circles, you guys can pretty much predict where the final circle would be. It's always going to either follow in the exact pattern that the current circles are already going. So for example, if the first circle is huge and then the second circle went to the left of it, it's most likely that the third and fourth circle is going to be in that area as well. So just make sure you guys go ahead and take position for these last few final circles. Now bear in mind, you always want to be the first person to cover. Make sure you guys are set up and waiting for your enemies. You don't want to be going around rushing them and putting yourself in a disadvantage by being in an open area, especially for the final circle, as usually there's not many buildings around you. So like I did say, take position for that final circle and that will help you towards the end. Now I personally always like to have a friend either running a precision strike, a cluster strike and a UAV. Always save your streaks to the last circle. Sometimes you get the annoying glitch where you can't call it in a precision strike even though the enemy is in the open and there's no other strikes in the area, but luckily enough you can always call in a cluster strike. So if you're in an open field and the enemy is camping behind a log, what you guys go ahead and do, just calling your streak on top of them, that will force them to move out the way and of course you will then be able to take them out. Now bear in mind, not every player in the last circle will show up on your heartbeat sensor or even UAV for the fact, as most people, like I did say, run ghost towards the last circle. So just bear that in mind and make sure you guys listen out for footsteps, as that will help you. So by now there should be only a few enemies left in the game, and once you know where those enemies are on the map, it's pretty much your game to win. You just have to outsmart them and play to their disadvantage. So what I mean by that is, like I did say, taking cover, get to that circle first before them. Don't put yourself in any disadvantage, either that being lower ground or even in no cover at all. So always take cover, always be in the higher ground, and of course always have your weapons reloaded, as you never know when you're going to need to swap to that secondary weapon. Now especially in the last circles, I like to run an SMG as my secondary weapon, just because the circle is that small. Close combat weapons such as the MP5, the MP7 will help you in that situation and is a much faster weapon with a much faster time to kill. So just bear that in mind when you're in the last circle. Now this information is very subjective. Many people have different playstyles, but this is one that has worked out for me the best, and I do recommend you guys trying it out for yourself. So always take cover, always be in a higher ground, and always know where your enemies are. Don't play like a all game, as this will of course not make you a better player in the long run and will pretty much just make you stay at that same skill level and not progress in this game. Unfortunately, there is skill based matchmaking, so each time you get better at the games are going to get relatively harder. But if you guys have any tips you guys want to leave down in the comment section below, feel free to help each other out, and if I figure any more of these out after I've made this video, I'll leave a comment down below also helping you guys out. One thing that I'd also like to note just before we finish off the video is, once you're that more advanced player, what I recommend you guys doing is parachuting out of the sky and killing the enemies while they're landing in and damaging their armor, so when you land it will be much easier and faster for you to kill them if they have landed at the exact same location. Now of course, settings play a huge part in Warzone and how you actually play the game and how you progress to be a better player. So what I'll do, I'll leave the video that I published of the best settings you need for Modern Warfare in the top right hand corner of the screen. So make sure you guys go ahead and click that and make sure you check out that video, as it will help you become a better player. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, check out my previous video as I showcase a ton of Season 5 leaks and information, and you don't want to miss out on that. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.